China is the world's biggest automobile market, and the government has made significant investments in the development of electric car technology. With a growing demand for electric vehicles, China will be the biggest market for years to come. The nation is home to a large number of manufacturers and suppliers, all of whom are seeking to keep up with the rapid growth of electric vehicles. But one name that takes a huge leap is BYD. The firm has made big progress in both the electric vehicle sector and battery technology, and now the business has started a new market for their EV. Welcome back to New Vehicle Media, your go-to channel for EV stock. Quick reminder, subscribing's free, and liking the video helps YouTube suggest similar content. Comments are loved and featured in our upcoming videos. China has been the world's largest market for electric cars in recent years and is expected to maintain its dominance in the coming years. EVs have become very popular in China very quickly because of government subsidies and other policies that encourage the use of EVs. Chevrolet, Hyundai, PSA, and Jeep have all seen significant market share losses to Chinese EV companies. Tesla is the only foreign brand to make it into China's top 10 list of electric vehicles. That tells you something about the competition between the nation's local manufacturers. That's why, to compete in China, global automakers are now starting to bring their best EVs in China. Ford has already begun production of the Mustang Mach-E in China. The Lyriq will be introduced by General Motors in 2022. Volkswagen is bringing a slew of new cars to the market. Even latecomers to the EV market, such as Toyota, Lexus, and Genesis, are getting on board. That would make China the hub of EV makers. That's why this will see big numbers in sales. This year, Chinese customers are expected to buy close to 6 million electric cars. But China's market has been led by BYD. In 2021, the Chinese car maker sold more electric and hybrid vehicles in China than Tesla. BYD has, in fact, taken all necessary steps to protect itself against Tesla's successful ventures into its domain. The Chinese manufacturer, on the other hand, has no intention of limiting its production within its own country. Rather, the EV maker is expanding into other countries, with Australia being the most recent to join the list. As part of its massive worldwide growth, BYD is looking to establish a presence in Australia, which it considers a potential beachhead in addition to its expanding presence in Europe. In Australia, BYD promises to make electric vehicles more economical than they have ever been. In reality, the Yuan Plus EV, which will be known as the Atto 3 in China, has recently been introduced by the automaker there. The company said that it is the first electric automobile in Australia that'll be priced on par with similar high-quality petrol cars. That is impressive. A few months after revealing the approximately $45,000 BYD Atto 3 electric SUV in February, with first deliveries expected later this year, the company has announced that it'll begin production of an entry-level compact electric vehicle hatch and a sporty EV sedan by the end of 2022, or possibly as early as 2023 if supply delays occur. Even though the BYD T3 electric van and the E6 multi-purpose vehicle were temporarily available for purchase, the Atto 3 is the company's true first volume offering. Upcoming models include a bigger electric SUV and, in a major development, an electric pickup truck. With a new worldwide platform and well-funded right-hand drive manufacturing lines, BYD's local importer thinks it might offer up to 8 EVs in Australia by 2024. The company aims to be among the top 5 global brands, thanks in part to the availability of right-hand drive Chinese manufacturing lines in Australia. This would be an astonishing expansion out of nowhere, fueled by BYD's confidence in Australia's expanding EV adoption, as well as a persistent relative scarcity of supply for major legacy rivals. Luke Todd, the CEO and managing director of BYD's chosen Australian importer, has made some bold statements about the company's future. Mr. Todd said that the company has been overwhelmed with not just customers, but also with those who are fascinated by the product. There are some people who have never heard of BYD, and there are others who have been waiting for it for a long time. Todd said that the amount of reserves received on the Atto 3 has exceeded expectations for the company. They're easily on track to become the second biggest EV firm in terms of deliveries this year, with a focus on Australia. The leader in Australia is, of course, Tesla, which last year sold over 12,000 Model 3s there. The number is low, but to put this into perspective, every single other EV manufacturer combined sold 5,149 units, which offers some sense of the gap that BYD wants to close. Mr. Todd refused to provide the exact number of orders made, which were backed by a deposit, and offered low-interest financing deals as a bonus. So, how does all this translate into BYD's dominance in the electric vehicle market? The fact that BYD is a high-quality firm with significant sales momentum, and that its products are being introduced in Europe and, ultimately, the United States, should help it gain greater prominence in the future. BYD might have beaten Tesla in China, but outside China, Tesla has been leading in the majority of the markets. Both these automakers target different markets, though. Tesla is a genuinely global EV powerhouse, with significant sales in North America, Europe, and China. Meanwhile, BYD's vehicle factories are located in China, where the company conducts practically all of its business. However, it is increasingly spreading beyond the country's borders, so the competition could get tense for Tesla too. Both firms design and manufacture their own semiconductors and energy storage solutions. However, BYD also has a successful business in the sale of electric buses and electric vehicle batteries. Indeed, there has been persistent but unverified speculation that Tesla Shanghai might begin using BYD batteries in 2022. Of course, there is still a lot of ambiguity around this issue. For the time being, investors still have the opportunity to take a stake in this EV juggernaut from China at a very attractive valuation, at least when compared to the values of other EV players. Buffett's electric vehicle selection seems to be one of the most promising in the crowded EV market. In terms of growth possibilities, these EV leaders remain attractive from an investor's perspective. Tesla stock and BYD stock were among the biggest EV winners in 2021. Tesla stock is in better health right now, while BYD stock is stabilizing, but investors should keep a watch on both stocks. How about you? I'm interested in knowing which side you're on. Do you think BYD's presence outside of China's borders causes the stock to be undervalued? Or do you think Tesla will be holding the throne? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down below. Fred Frond says Warren Buffett's BYD built 600,000 vehicles last year, including the batteries. They have been flat for the last 3 months. It's because they're building out about 200 gigawatt hours per year of battery production, enough for 350,000 EVs a year. That should wrap things up for today. Keep in mind that subscribing's still free, and liking helps YouTube recognize your preferences. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.